Great. Next. Okay, we've discussed this. Now, I'm going to read you something, and I think it's important. They're going to ask for the dates of the exam, the treatment, description of your symptoms, right? They're taking a history. They want the results of the test. They want the diagnosis. They want the clinical course of treatment, right? Are you doing therapy? They're going to follow up with your bills. They're going to know, are you following up with all the recommendations, or are you full of it? Description of the specific employment given to you. So if you said to the physician, okay, here's why. If you go ahead and say it happened, and during the performance of duties doesn't match what your description of employment is. So if you're a letter carrier and you're describing the job of being a clerk, you're not doing it during the performance of duties. Okay. Now, the physician's opinion. Okay. Now, let's read this part because this is what I want to focus on. Medical evidence must be given by a qualified physician. Nurse practitioners and physician's assistants are not considered qualified physicians under the FICA unless the medical report is countersigned by a physician. It's okay. So that's an important statement because I don't want someone to say you lied, right? Watch my videos. I've said it. Don't go to a place and not see a nurse instead of the MD, okay? Because why? You're going to know if it was countersigned by the physician, all the paperwork. You want to be busy with this? They're telling you that nurse practitioners and physicians are not qualified physicians. You don't want them signing your paperwork. You don't want them even near it. You don't want to have it in question. No, I understand it says it there, the first half, but the second half says the other. I don't care. They're not qualified. And you're going to go chase after the MD? What happens if the MD is busy in another person? Okay? So you saw the nurse, and they're going to question it? You don't need it. You don't need it, people. Be smart. You don't need it. Now, we're up to the part of the report is read and gone through. Okay. If you look over here at ecomp.dol.gov, you can upload the document and send it up. So, empower yourself. Narrative to be sent up through ecom. So once it's done, you know what's expected, right? You know what they want in the report. Okay. Now get that report up to the Department of Labor. And last but not least, what else are you looking for? The DOL might send you a questionnaire. Make sure you fill it out and send it back. You're going to hear from people in a couple weeks or so of people who didn't fill out the questionnaire. Okay? They're not bad people. Either they didn't see it or whatever else is going on in their lives, they missed it. But what happens if you don't do it? It gets denied. So I'm telling you, look out for it. Bring whatever documents you have to the MD for them to review. So before your case gets approved or denied, make sure that your MD sees everything that is pertinent to your case so that it can be helped out. Let's just review one other thing. When you go to your MD, make sure you bring your CA1. It's not here, but make sure you bring a copy of your CA1. Why? Because on the CA1, as you recall, you filled out on the CA1 the story of what happened. Let them see it so that the story that they're putting down in your history, right, and the events that occurred match up. All right. I think you got the picture here. I think you got what the order is. You can review this one over and over and over again until you get it right. But please, 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 do the things I'm telling you to do. Avoid the things I'm telling you not to do. You don't need trouble. Because what happens when you have trouble? The SH hits the fan and it's coming your way. Keep in mind, you're out of work. You might not be getting the money. And just imagine the amount of pain and suffering that you're having. COVID, for many people, they didn't have money coming in. And it was very difficult for them. You don't want to be a person who didn't do things the way they were supposed to do, and then they had problems. We'll be right back after these messages.
Are you suffering because you got hurt on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? In order to get your case to get accepted, you need a narrative from your medical doctor. When you see the doctor and they're writing a narrative report for you, the narrative report will include 1. Did you file timely? 2. Are you a federal employee? 3. What are the facts of the injury? 4. Did it happen during the performance of duties? And the last one, which is so important and crucial to your case getting accepted, it says establish. 5. Causal relationship, which means the medical evidence establishes that the diagnosed condition is causally related to the injury or event that occurred specifically to you. Please call to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries, as we have 2 decades worth of experience, and check out our Google reviews.
Paul's Weekly Joke.
Oh, so what are the strongest sea creatures?
I don't know. What are the strongest sea creatures?
Mussels.
Are you a federal worker that has been injured on the job? Are you struggling to find a doctor who knows how to navigate DOL and OWCP paperwork? There are 2 types of injury claim. A CA1 is for traumatic injury claim, and a CA2 is for an occupational disease claim. Traumatic injury means in one moment you get hurt and then report it. Occupational disease claims to refer to an injury that took place over a period of time and then reported. Here's a tidbit. On the CA1, check off on the first page that you want COP so you won't lose out on pay. Please call 800-535-5261 to see if we can help you with the medical paperwork and recover from those injuries. www.federalworkerscompdoctors.com, as we have 2 decades worth of experience, and check on our Google review.
And we're back, people. All right. So the next topic will be hand exercise. Try to give you some major joints. You know, I didn't say it in any of the other videos, and I think I want to say it now so I don't forget. This is very important. Obviously, don't do them if they're hurting you. Go see a professional. Don't do it to extreme limits so you don't injure yourself. All right? Those are the disclaimers that we need to have. Now let's go to the hand one. Okay? Here we go. Hand exercises. That's me, Dr. Mark Eisen. Here we go. Hello. Okay. So we're doing hand exercises today. The first one is make a fist. You can do this easy exercise anywhere, anytime you feel it. Okay? Start by holding your left hand out with all your fingers straight. Then slowly bend your hand into a fist. Start holding your left hand out with all your fingers straight out. Then slowly bend your hand into a fist, placing your thumb on the outside of your hand. Be gentle. Don't squeeze your hand. Open your hand back and forth. And here's the picture. Make a fist, right? Second one, finger bends. Start in the same position with your left hand held up straight. Bend your thumb towards your palm. Hold it for a couple of seconds. Straighten your thumb back up. Then bend your index finger down to your palm. Hold it for a couple of seconds. Then straighten it. Repeat with each finger on the left hand. Then go to the right. Here we go. All right. Each finger bends. Next. Thumb bend. Hold your left hand out with all your fingers straight. Bend your thumb towards your palm. Stretch for the bottom of your pinky. Stretch for the bottom of your pinky finger with your thumb. If you can't reach your pinky, don't worry. Just stretch your thumb as far as you can. Hold the position for a second or two, and then return your thumb to the starting position. Repeat 10 times, then go to the other hand. Here we go. Here's the thumb being bent. Next. Make an O. What do you think the letter O looks like? Start with your left hand out, finger straight. Curve all your fingers until they touch. The fingers should form the shape of an O. Hold this position for a few seconds, then straighten your fingers out again. Repeat this exercise a few times a day on each hand. You can do this stretch whenever your hands feel achy or stiff. Next, here's what it looks like, the letter O. Oh. Next, table bend. Place the pinky side edge of your left hand on a table with your thumb pointed up. Hold your thumb in the same position. Bend the other 4 fingers until your hand makes an L shaped. Hold it for a couple seconds and straighten your fingers. Move them back to the starting position. Repeat 10 times. Then do the same thing with your right hand. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Look how bent it is, right? On the table, finger bent. Okay, table bend. Next, finger lift. Place your left hand flat on the table, palm down. Start with your thumb. Lift each finger slowly off the table, one at a time. Hold each finger for a second or two, and then lower it. Do the same exercise with each finger on the left hand. After you're done with the left, what do you think you're going to do? Do it for the right. Oh, there it is, off the table. You lifted it. Wrist stretch. Now, I happen to like this one because of martial arts, but let's do it. Don't forget about your wrist, which can also get sore and stiff from arthritis. To exercise your hand, hold your right arm out with your palm facing down. With your left hand, gently press down on the right hand until you feel a stretch in your wrist and arm. Hold the position for a few seconds. Here we go. That's the picture, right? You're stretching the wrist, okay? We just did hand exercises. Guess what? They'll be great for you. They'll help you out, okay? And remember, only do them if they don't hurt you. If they make it worse, see a professional. But they should be good exercises that I'm giving you for the neck, for the back, for the knee, for the shoulder. Do all of them. Unless they hurt you, see a professional. Hopefully they helped you. Hope they're helping you keep you healthy. And let's go to a word from our sponsors. Yay! We will end today's episode with do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as ever you can, by John Wesley. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. Best health and love. Show it to everyone. Have a great weekend.